Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to take a look at another 3 tanks that you should not sell. So 3 tech tree tanks that you should never sell when you get the next tier. Now, of course, we had a look at tier 8, we had a look at tier 7, and we are now up to tier 8. So sorry, tier 6. And to be fair, there are some very good tier 6 tanks. So some of them was a difficult choice because there are some really good ones, but also there are actually some really bad ones. So the first tank we've gone for is the ARL 44. Now this is actually a brilliant heavy tank. It really is. It's got armor, it's got speed, it's got DPM. It's really, honestly, it is such a fantastic tank. And those that used to play tournaments, sort of tier 6 tournaments, this was always played as in them tournaments because it's an amazing tank. Now also, not only is it an amazing tank, but people also play this tank as like a meme, because if you play it with the stock turret, the stock turret is like one of the biggest turrets you will ever see, and also one of the weakest turrets you will ever see. Honestly, it is just like an absolute meme of a tank when you play it with the stock turret. But if you play it with the upgraded turret like we are here now, honestly, it is a brilliant tank. And not only is it brilliant, but it's a fun tank to play as well. It can hold its own against tier 7s. You could do a lot of things with the ARL. So the ARL is one tank I would definitely keep, and I would not sell. So moving on to tank number 2. Tank 2, we've gone with the Hellcat because again, it's a fun tank, and it's got everything apart from armor. Of course, it is a tank destroyer, but do not play this tank like a tank destroyer. If you play this like a TD, you are playing it wrong. Honestly, it's got speed, it's got DPM, it is an absolutely brilliant tank, and you may get lucky, just like we've done there against the KV-1S, and somehow bounce 400. Now that is kind of lucky, because if we wouldn't have bounced that, we would already be a one-shot. Now it is a very delicate tank, as I've already said, because again, it has no armor. Like, it's got no armor whatsoever, so people will turn to HE as long as they know how to deal with it. People will turn to HE, and they will be able to do a lot of damage to this thing. Like, it is very weak when it comes to armor profile. So do bear in mind. But yeah, I would definitely not play it as a tank destroyer. It is more of a medium tank. Play it with your mediums, and honestly, it is such a good tank. In my opinion, one of the best tier 6s in the game, especially when it comes to tech trees. This is up there at being one of the best in tier 6. Again, it's a fun tank to play. You could do a lot of damage. Of course, some people will get scared with the armor profile and sort of play further back, which, you know, there is no right or wrong. You can play it as a tank destroyer if you really wanted to play it as a tank destroyer, because of course you do need to be very careful, because you don't have the armor profile, so everyone will penetrate you, apart from, of course, the KV-1S at the beginning of this game. But you know, not only is it a good tank, but it is a fun tank to play. Honestly, it is one of my favorite tier 6s when it comes to tech trees anyway. Of course, we're not going to bounce anything. This tiger, I'm being stupid here, to be fair. I don't know why I just traded. Probably just to get the damage. I just traded with that Tog, just to farm as much damage as I possibly can, because you can see it's pretty much going to be a victory anyway. So I just wanted to get as much damage as I possibly can. In hindsight, if I would have played it a bit differently, I probably would have got more damage anyway. I should have just waited for my team and then taken out the Tog with my team, and then of course the Tiger 131 as well. So yes, I did mess up, but you know, it doesn't matter. I still got some. I mean, 2k damage for tier 6 is perfectly acceptable. So the Hellcat, another tank that I would definitely keep and not sell. Moving on to the third and final tank in this list. Now, the final tank, we have gone with the VK2801. Now, back in the day, this was honestly the best light tank, not just in tier 6, but like, I don't know whether to say in the game or not, but honestly, it was such a good tank. And of course, over time, then Wargaming sort of changed it. It wasn't as fun as it used to be. It wasn't as strong as it used to be, but it is still a strong tank. Like, when it comes to tier 6, tier 6s, it is still a strong tank. Excuse me. Now, like the Hellcat, it has no armor. It is a light tank. It has no armor. You're not going to bounce anything unless you are absolutely like really lucky. It is all about the light tank abilities with this tank. It is all about the DPM. It's all about the speed and just the mobility in general. With this tank, honestly, it still is a fun tank, and a lot of you guys probably won't even know just how good this tank was back in the day, because you wasn't around. Like, not everybody that watches the channel has been around for sort of 6, 7, 8 years. And that is when sort of roughly how long ago this tank did change. It was a while ago. This tank wasn't well, this tank got changed and nerfed, but to this day, you know, it is still a fun tank. I know there is a very similar tank when it comes to collectibles, because it used to be in the battle pass, which we will look at that tank further along in these videos. But you know, the VK 2801 is still a brilliant tank. It can still perform. It still does really well, and it's a fun tank to play. You know, it really is a fun tank to play, and it is one of those tier 6s that, you know, I'm never going to sell, and probably it is one of those go-to tanks if you do want to play tier 6 and you don't spend money in the game, you don't buy premium tanks, then it is definitely a go-to tank to not only have fun but to actually perform as well. So those are my 3 tanks. Let me know what 3 tanks in tier 6 you would keep. Of course, there are a lot of people out there that just won't sell any tanks, which is fine, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that either. But also, the majority of the people that are grinding lines, as soon as they get to the next tier, they then sell that tier to just get enough credits. And I've witnessed that because, you know, I'm going through that in my free-to-play account. Credits is everything when you are a free-to-play player. So credits is anything, and you want to save as much credits as you possibly can. So as soon as you get the next tier, selling a tank is actually quite important to get enough credits to get that next tank. So, but these 3 tanks I would definitely not sell. So again, let me know what 3 tanks you wouldn't sell in tier 6. What are your 3 go-to tanks when it comes to tech tree tanks in tier 6? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.